When we think of North Korea, the image that usually comes to mind is a void, a nation seemingly untouched by the digital revolution, trapped in an internet blackout while the rest of the world lights up around it. But look closely at Pyongyang today. The skyline is increasingly crowded with modern high-rises and ambitious infrastructure projects. On the ground, citizens are holding domestic smartphones, reading text messages, and navigating locally developed software on a daily basis. For a modern nation to survive, its economy must plug into the global grid of digital trade, scientific research, and cross-border communication. But for the ruling family, granting their citizens unrestricted access to the outside world would mean immediate political suicide. Uncensored information destroys the state's absolute narrative. So, rather than ignoring the internet, the government has constructed a highly controlled digital environment, a system designed to deliver the economic benefits of connectivity while guaranteeing their absolute grip on power. Maintaining that grip requires total authority over what people see and hear. The state treats foreign information as a hostile invasion, defending its ideological borders just as fiercely as its physical ones. Their solution is a domestic network known as Kwangmyong. It looks and feels like a standard web browser, offering news sites and educational resources and messaging apps, but it is entirely self-contained. Kwangmyong is structurally severed from the global internet's fiber optic backbone. There is no physical wire connecting a computer in Pyongyang to a server in London. Any foreign data entering this ecosystem is manually imported by state officials. Only government-approved material makes it past this central firewall. Inside state libraries and university computer labs, you will find rows of people browsing this sanitized network. They can read state-sponsored articles and download approved software safely within the confines of the system. By building this closed loop, the government successfully hands its citizens a functional digital tool for domestic commerce and education, completely neutralizing the risk of a free-thinking public. But a nation cannot build an economy entirely in the dark. Industries require supply chains, raw materials must cross borders, and international trade demands real-time communication. Operating a modern state mechanism without access to global digital infrastructure is mathematically and economically impossible. To bridge this gap, the leadership created a deliberate loophole. While the public is locked inside Kwangmyong, a select group of highly trained, state-sanctioned engineers operates completely outside of it. These specialized cyber units connect directly to the open web, bypassing sanctions by siphoning foreign capital, extracting intelligence, and executing digital campaigns abroad. The leadership effectively weaponizes the open internet to fund its own survival, systematically extracting resources from the global community while ruthlessly denying that exact same utility to its own people. Yet giving citizens smartphones and computers introduces a fatal flaw into the regime's security model. The hardware itself is a blank slate. Because digital storage has become incredibly cheap and small, unauthorized devices like SD cards and USB flash drives are easily smuggled across the border, hidden inside regular commercial goods. These tiny drives are loaded with foreign films, news broadcasts, and books. Once inside the country, they can be plugged directly into domestic smartphones and computers, bypassing the restricted network entirely to share uncensored information person to person. The state reacts to this underground data market with aggressive physical crackdowns, deploying strict border enforcement and harsh penalties for anyone caught possessing foreign media. But hunting down microscopic storage devices one by one is an exhausting, losing battle. The sheer volume of digital information flowing across the borders grows every single year. Ultimately, North Korea's walled garden is a high-stakes experiment. It forces us to ask whether any government, no matter how absolute its power, can permanently seal off its population from a world that is inherently designed to connect.